What's up guys, welcome to another video. So in today's video I wanted to show you how I trade the breakouts and the breakdowns of support and resistance levels. Okay, so let me just start off with covering a few points. Okay, so basically support and resistance is obviously an area where price reacts from time and time again. Okay, this is not just a line, it is a general area. These are zones, right? So you cannot be trying to trade just a line. Okay, that is not the best way to go. Price always moves in ranges. It's not just one price line where price is consistently going to react from. These are just general areas, and usually that's why I draw a zone for it, right? And the time frames that I use to draw these levels are usually the M30, the M15. Between those two, you can clearly enough see the support and resistance levels for scalping, right, or for intraday trading on the S&P 500. There's no point of going on the 4 hour. Yes, obviously you can look at it for market context and seeing where the market might react off and where it might head to see basically the big reversals. But for intraday trading, I really recommend the M30, M15 is what I use, and is more than enough. Okay, so to avoid fake outs, which is a big thing for support and resistance levels, where we see many times a fake out where it would just manipulate the highs. It would sweep the highs of the resistance and then it would just drop back down. So in order to avoid these fake outs, to actually see a proper breakout or breakdown on the S&P, we need at least a 6 point break of the certain level, right, of the support or resistance level. That is what I look for. So every time I draw my support and resistance levels, I always draw a line 6 points above or 6 points below the support and resistance levels to clearly confirm the breakout. Okay, I don't want to be jumping the gun. I don't want to be caught up in a fake out. Okay, so let me just head to the charts and show you two examples, one of a support and another one of a resistance. And here, for example, this was on Friday, 5th of September. So last week Friday, it was also NFP Friday. So we had a clearly support level. You can see price has been, holding this level multiple times during the pre-market. This navy blue marked area is the pre-market. So you can see this was clearly a support level that has been holding. So there's two options for me. Either I trade the rejection of this support level and I try to go long, or I just wait for a breakout and then try to catch a sell and target, well, obviously multiple lows here. So in order to do that, when I draw my support level, I look for a 6 point break. So as you can see, the bottom of this support level is 6511. So I would draw just a line at 6505. This would be my line where I would look for a breakdown. I'll mark this red as well because we're selling. So as you can see, price has wicked into it, but then if we go onto the 1 minute, you will see it didn't actually break this level, it just wicked below it. So as you can see right here, we had the support level, and yes, it did pass this level, but it didn't close below it. It just rejected it, and then price went back up again. So this is a valid support level for me. So all I do is I then wait for a clear breakout where price can close below at least this area. And as you can see, this candle right here closed below, and then is when I start to look for shorts. Okay, and my entry confirmations are a lot based on the book map or heat map. So I was looking for a low volume area in this move down, and there was a low volume area right here. And this is also where I was able to take the market short, somewhere here at the 0.1, somewhere there. My stop loss a couple points. I think it was 2 points. And my stop loss, my entry was a little bit over here, but 2 point stop, very tight, as you can see right now, obviously in hindsight. But in the moment, this is what I used. 3 points. 3 points also would have been good, but I used 2 points for this trade. And then obviously I had multiple targets. I had this low and a little bit further down below. And this was pretty much my trade. Okay, so, and as you can see on NinjaTrader, I'll show you the trade. So here you can see my entry was at the 6500s.50. 6500s.50. So my entry was right here with a 2 point stop loss right here. And this trade just took 2 minutes, right? It's just a very, very quick trade. As you can see, entry here. And then I had obviously some partials that I took here. And then my full target was right here. You can see I had multiple different targets, partials at the 95s and 75s, and full exit at the 92.25s. Okay, so let's look at the 1 minute as well. So you can clearly see the trade that I took. So here you can see this was an area. Obviously now I don't have the bookmap open, which I might do in further videos, so I can show you clearly what area I was looking at to sell and what my entry confirmation was. And here you can see I entered right here and took partials already here, literally a minute later, and then another minute later my full target was hit right here. Okay, so very quick trade, very clean. Took more than 3 hours on this trade. Okay, so this is a nice example of a support breakdown. Let's take a look now at the resistance. So here, for example, the day before we had a resistance level, pre-market highs, and then I actually took a short here after it manipulated the pre-market highs, and I was able to short all the way down here, and I got exited here. So also a very clean trade, but this was the rejection of this resistance. Okay, if you want to trade the breakout, we need to do the same thing. We need to look at these highs right here, which is, let me just draw it correctly to the high right here. So we can see the highs of this resistance was the 73.75. Let's run it up to the 74s. So if you want to trade the breakout of this, we need to add 6 points, which would be the 80s. So here are the 80s. Now let's take a look at the 1 minute as well. Let me just change this to green. It's a buy trade. So let's go back. Here you can see the breakout once confirmed after 6 points. And then the same thing you could do here. You could look for low volume areas. As you can see, this candle right here broke it immediately. And then we can again look on the bookmap for low volume areas, which are, most of the time just fair value gaps. And they usually align as well on top of structure. So, I didn't take this trade because I already done for the day. I took that nice sell with the rejection of the pre-market highs of the resistance. But here, for example, this probably on the bookmap, you can clearly see an area as well where you can enter with, again, 2-point stop loss, and maybe, depending on the targets that you look for on the market structure, if there's something on the left, then it really depends. And, potential re-entry here with another nice move up, as you can see. So this is basically how I trade these breakouts or breakdowns of the levels. It's very simple. Just look for very clean on the M15 or M30, very clean resistance or very clean support. Just draw a line 6 points beyond the level, so either below or above, depending if it's support or resistance. And then after you see a confirmed 6-point breakout, then you can use multiple entry confirmations. I personally use the bookmap. Some people like to use, market structure breaks with fair value gaps, invert fair value gaps, whatever entry confirmation you use or entry model you use. Just wait for these proper breakouts so you can avoid a fake down. As you can see, here, for example, this is the sell that I took. If you would already try and trade the breakout right here, then obviously you would have get stopped out because it literally just swept the highs of the pre-market and this resistance and then had a nice move down. Okay, so it's really important to avoid these fake outs, and with this rule of 6 points you will avoid 99% of the fake outs. All right, guys, so anyways, I hope this video was helpful. If you like this video, just drop a like or ask me any questions in the comments. I will get back to you with detailed answer on how I do things or how I view things. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.